This boy literally owns a realm filled with the most powerful beasts in the world. However, because he hasn't fully activated this realm yet, his beasts appear weak. Consequently, his entire family thought he was just useless trash. The activation conditions weren't actually that difficult. He simply needed to sell his beasts to anyone. Once he did, his true power would be revealed to everyone. Because of this, he made a final decision to open his own shop and start selling his beasts to unlock his power. Everything begins with Feng wiping down his beast shop. Suddenly, two people burst into the place and knock over his sign. Annoyed, Feng asks, "Why did you do that? You frightened my beasts." The boy sneers at him, saying, "Your beasts are just a bunch of garbage to me. I don't know why you think they're so important. The girl, whose name is Shui, chimes in. You seem to have forgotten that you were just kicked out of the family." Feng denies it and tries to convince them that his beasts are all actually S-rank. This enrages the boy, Robin, who shouts, "You must be crazy. S-rank beasts are incredibly rare. In the last 30 years, only one S-rank beast has ever appeared." Shui gets straight to the point. "Anyway, we are just here to inform you that you must close this shop within 3 days since you've been expelled from the family. If you don't close it, the family will send people to shut it down by force." After delivering the message, the two leave. We learn that Feng was expelled from his family recently. The clan leader had yelled at him because their family is known for breeding powerful beasts, and Feng was the only exception, seemingly possessing only weak ones. But in reality, that wasn't the case at all. All of Feng's beasts come from a realm of mythical beasts, and the absolute weakest among them is S-rank. The catch is that for their true abilities to manifest, he has to sell them to beginners. It was a difficult situation for Feng. Even though they are S-rank, everyone perceives them as weak on the outside. Our hero's only wish right now is to sell just one of them, because the moment he does, he will become a genius tamer. Feng's thoughts are interrupted when a girl enters the shop. He welcomes her, and she begins inspecting the available beasts. "Unfortunately, these beasts are very old and completely useless," she sighs. Her bodyguard agrees. "I thought the beasts here would be good, but sadly, that's not the case." The girl laments, "I just wish I had an S-rank beast, so I could do whatever I want in my family instead of them exploiting me." At that moment, a second bodyguard enters and apologizes. "I searched every shop and couldn't find a single S-rank beast. We learn that if this girl doesn't win an upcoming competition, her family will force her into an arranged marriage with someone from the Hua family to form an alliance." Deeply upset, she wonders when she will ever find an S-rank beast. Feng steps in and asks, "Why are you making this so complicated? Every beast in this shop right in front of you is at least S-rank." Naturally, the girl doesn't believe him. She yells, warning him not to lie to her. Feng reassures her, "Don't worry, my shop is highly trustworthy. I'll even offer a 10,000 coin compensation if the beast turns out not to be S-rank." The girl points out, "But I know the beasts in front of me very well, and they are extremely common." Feng realizes she has a point. The types of beasts in his shop were essentially pulled from the market for being too weak. Still, he insists that his beasts are completely different from those found anywhere else. "Fine," she says. "Show me one." Feng brings out a cat. "Let's not waste words," he says. "Test it for yourself." Seeing Feng so confident, the girl decides to form a temporary contract with the cat. With a wave of her hand, energy flows from her and touches the cat, instantly sealing the contract. As soon as the contract is formed, the girl is left in sheer disbelief. She discovers that this cat is actually the mythical 9 Lives cat, a beast that grows stronger every time it dies. Overjoyed by this insane revelation, she slams her hands on the desk in excitement, shattering it. She marvels at how ordinary Feng looks, deducing he must be a hidden legendary tamer. She hands him 10 million coins, and says she's taking the cat. Feng apologizes. "The price is only 5 million, and I don't have change right now." She replies, "Keep the change. Take it all. This beast is worth far more than that." Her bodyguards, however, remain unconvinced. They warn her, "Be careful, this merchant is definitely tricking us." The second guard even urges her to leave the beast behind rather than bring shame to their family. Furious, the girl snaps. When the guards try to forcefully take the beast from her, she completely loses her temper and blasts them away, sending them crashing into the wall. "Are you crazy?" she screams. "Have you forgotten your place? How dare you touch my beast?" The injured guards are stunned by the girl's sudden surge in power, realizing it might truly be S-rank. In the end, Fong bids his customers farewell. The girl leaves happily, promising, "I swear I'll tell everyone I know to come to you, because you literally sell treasures." Because Fong sold his first beast, the system chimes in, "Congratulations on completing your first mission. You have now obtained an SSS-rank mythical beast." Prized, Fong touches the new beast. "This is Chu-In, one of the 10 ancient beasts. Its power is supposed to be terrifying." A massive surge of energy flows from Chu-In into Feng's body. Feng stands up, laughing. "I've finally become an expert." The system drops another notification. The more beasts he sells, the more rewards he will receive, such as evolution resources. This message drives Feng crazy with excitement, as evolution resources are normally incredibly difficult to obtain, but now he can get them easily just by selling beasts. Meanwhile, the scene shifts to the girl, who goes to a training arena to prepare for the upcoming Beast Tamer competition. She watches a fierce battle unfold, stating, "I've dreamed of entering this place for so long." As the match ends, the owner of a giant spider stands confidently, while his opponent cries and begs for mercy to spare his life. The winner laughs mockingly at the crowd, challenging, "Who else dares to fight me?" A terrified spectator whispers, "Mr. Xia's spider is literally terrifying. It's considered one of the best in the A rank." Other bystanders mention that the spider is worth nearly 1,000,000 coins. The girl decides to step up and challenge him, summoning her cat. "Let's see if my cat can beat this spider," she says. She steps into the arena with her cat, whose body begins to emit a stunning glow. On the other side, the spider grows furious, moving with terrifying speed and stabbing its legs into the ground, drilling holes to intimidate the girl. Xie smirks and tells her, "Before I do anything to you, you can beg for my mercy." The girl stares at the horrific spider, clearly nervous. In stark contrast, her cat steps forward confidently, showing absolutely no fear. The moment the cat unleashes its massive aura, the spider is paralyzed with terror and tries to flee. But the aura pounces, literally crushing the spider beneath it. The spider tries to shoot its webs, but it's completely useless. The aura strikes the spider again, sending it crashing violently into the ground multiple times. Xie is left in shock, unable to believe how his spider could be defeated in mere seconds. The battle ends instantly. Time passes, and we cut to a shop owned by Ruo. A woman named Shui says, "The Xie family is a major client of ours, and we must always take good care of them." Ruo nods, explaining that Xie is waiting outside to buy a product. After getting permission, Ruo steps out and asks what he wants to buy. Xie sighs, "Unfortunately, my spider was defeated in a fight against a cat. The doctor said that for it to recover, I need a potion called the water frog." He asks Ruo if he has this product or the frog itself. Ruo is surprised. "Your requests are usually much higher tier. We definitely don't have that." But after a moment of thought, he laughs. "Actually, I remember someone who does have this frog." He is, of course, thinking of Feng. At that moment, Feng is wondering if he will get any more customers today. His thoughts are interrupted when Ruo walks in with Xie. Surprised, Feng asks, "What brings you here?" Ruo bluntly states, "My friend needs a water frog, and you have one." Feng brings out the frog and asks Xie if this is what he's looking for. Xie confirms and asks for the price. Feng points to the price tag, 5,000,000 coins. Ruo is furious. How could anyone buy this piece of trash for 5,000,000? Feng firmly insists that his beasts are strong, not weak. Xie intervenes. This is absurd. Even mutated frogs only cost 200,000. Feng mocks them. I always heard that money was no object to Mr. Xie. Why are you complaining now? Ru angrily steps closer, warning Feng. Listen, you are talking to a member of the Xie family. Our family relies on him for many things. If you stay stubborn, it will cause major family problems between us. Feng dismisses him. I don't care. You seem to have forgotten that I was kicked out of our garbage family. Xie interrupts them, saying, Enough. I have plenty of money, but I need proof that this frog is worth 5 million. Feng assures him he is telling the truth, but Xie insists words aren't enough. He needs immediate proof. He summons his terrifying spider right there in the shop. Rua laughs, telling Feng, All right then, get ready to die for angering Xie. The spider immediately charges at the frog. But at that same moment, a powerful aura erupts from the frog. It fires a golden beam directly at the spider, striking it and dropping it to the ground. Xie is stunned, unable to comprehend how this happened to an A-rank spider. He realizes the frog must be S-rank. Rua desperately tries to deny it. Impossible! The spider only lost because it was already injured. We all know Feng's beasts are complete trash. Feng, having reached his limit with the insults, snaps. You're ruining my shop's reputation. Every single beast I have is S-rank. Xie steps in. It's hard to believe you. He pulls out his phone and sends a message to his sister, Bing. My sister is an expert beast appraiser. He explains. If this is a trick, we'll expose it instantly. The scene shifts to Bing in her laboratory. She looks incredibly bored, sighing. It's been so long since I've seen a beast worth my attention. She sees her brother's message and a picture of the frog. My brother clearly has too much free time, she mutters. But it won't hurt to take a look. She uses her skill, causing strange circles to manifest in her eyes, allowing her to appraise the frog. She is absolutely shocked to discover it is indeed S-rank. She immediately replies, Don't wait! Buy that frog regardless of the price. In her excitement, she knocks her tea onto the floor. Xie is surprised and tells his sister, but Rua is insisting I shouldn't buy it because it's garbage. Bing insists furiously, ordering her brother to buy the frog no matter what and to not let anyone stop him. She also strongly advises him to treat the merchant with the utmost respect. Seeing his sister's fierce insistence, Xie realizes the frog is genuinely powerful. Back in the shop, Feng grows impatient. If you're not going to buy it, please leave and stop wasting my time. Without hesitation, Xie slams his card on the desk. No, I'm buying it. Despite Rua's attempts to stop him, Xie insists on purchasing the frog. He even bows to Feng, speaking with deep respect. How about we become friends from now on? He asks. Feng, pleased by the change in tone, thanks him. Rua continues to yell. Trust me, Feng is tricking you. Don't listen to him. Xie glares at Rua. How can your family have a genius like Feng, yet you constantly despise him? Rua asks what he means. Xie bluntly replies, In short, you and I are no longer friends. He pays Feng with his card, bows to him once more, and turns to leave. As he walks away, he thinks to himself, My sister understands relationships very well. If she told me to treat Feng with respect, he must be a very important figure. Back with Feng, he yawns as the transaction finishes. The system chimes. Congratulations, you made another sale. You have acquired evolution resources. Thanks to these resources, his beast Chuyan begins to evolve. A magical circle appears beneath him, golden chains wrap around Feng, and his power surges immensely. Time passes, and we go to Bing in her lab. She pulls the frog out of an examination machine and confirms. This frog is genuinely S-rank. She asks Xie, How much exactly did you pay for it? When Xie tells her the price, Bing is overjoyed. That price is equivalent to what you'd pay for an A-rank beast. She calms down, thinks for a moment, and deduces that the price is so low because Feng must have many S-rank beasts in stock. She asks Xie if the shop had other beasts, and he confirms it did. Without wasting a second, Bing sprints out the door, desperate to get there. Xie runs right after her. Suddenly, Xie hears a loud crash and realizes his sister tripped and fell down the stairs in her frantic excitement. Surprised, he asks, "What's wrong with you? You've always been so calm." Without answering, Bing scrambles up and continues sprinting. A short while later, she arrives at the shop. She finds Feng standing with a few female customers. The girls tell Feng that Jiang Ruoshi, the girl who bought the cat, recommended the shop to them. Feng welcomes them and places a snake on the counter, telling them the price. The first girl pulls out her money without hesitation, but her friend hesitates. "How can we pay all this without testing the snake first?" she asks, scolding her friend for trusting people so easily. Watching from behind, Bing activates her eye skill and examines the snake. She confirms it is S rank. "Impossible," she mutters to herself. "This snake looks like it belongs to an ancient bloodline." Resolving that she must be the one to buy it, she rushes toward Feng, declaring, "I want this snake right now." The girls recognize her as Bing, a senior researcher in beast studies, and are confused as to why she would want such a trash beast. Feng apologizes. "I'm sorry, but Sue wanted to buy it first. However, if she gives it up, I can sell it to you." Sue refuses to give it up, stating, "I'm sorry, but I won't leave it for anyone." Bing is completely bewildered as to how Feng could possess multiple S-rank beasts. She immediately calls her grandmaster, saying, "I have made a discovery beyond our wildest dreams." We cut to the master in his office. He looks deeply troubled, sighing, "The battles have become far more difficult than before, and our beast casualties are constantly rising." He continues, "No matter how many strong beasts the research center sends, it's never enough. The only thing that will make a real difference is if we get S-rank beasts." Just as he tries to get back to work, Bing calls him. "I found a shop full of S-rank beasts," she exclaims. The master is thrilled. "Are you serious?" Bing confirms. "I saw them with my own eyes." The master shoots up from his desk. "Tell me the location immediately." "I'm coming right now." Meanwhile, Feng finishes selling his third beast. A surprise notification pops up. He has received more evolution resources and a daily opportunity to hunt 2 beasts every day. Feng is ecstatic. He can finally hunt, which is perfect since he's practically out of S-rank beasts. He turns to Bing and says, "Unfortunately, I have to close my shop for the day." But Bing grabs his clothes, pleading, "Please, just wait a little bit. My master wants to come and see for himself." Feng agrees. "All right, no problem." To build his anticipation, Bing adds, "My master is Xie Chang, the renowned director of the research institute responsible for training beasts before they are deployed to the front lines." Time passes, and Chang finally arrives with a large escort of guards, heading straight into the shop. Bing welcomes him, introduces Feng, and says, "This boy has already sold 3 S-rank beasts today." Chang shakes Feng's hand and demands, "Show me the S-rank beast you have right now." Feng apologizes. "Unfortunately, I don't have any left at the moment." Chang asks if he can acquire more, assuring him, "I am willing to pay 10 times the market price." Bing is shocked by the offer and asks why he is willing to go to such lengths. Chang replies, "It's all for the sake of our country. The impending danger is severe, and our survival depends entirely on the S-rank beasts Feng can provide us." Feng asks, "What exactly are you going to do with all these beasts?" The guards take offense to the question, stepping forward aggressively and threatening Feng to mind his own business. Chang laughs, telling Feng it's a strange question. Feng explains, "If I know the reason, my efficiency and speed in hunting beasts will increase. If it's truly important, I will work as fast as possible to catch them." Chang nods. "I plan to send these S-rank beasts directly to the front lines. The A-rank beasts are suffering heavily and can no longer hold the line. If this continues, our country will be completely destroyed." He explains that General Lu ordered them to send fresh beasts to replace the casualties, but they are critically short on numbers and can't make up the difference. All I need from you, Chong says, is to bring me just 5 S-rank beasts within a week so I have time to train them before deploying them to the battlefield. Feng loves the idea. He becomes incredibly hyped, realizing that the protection of the country is now partially his responsibility. He reassures Chong, "Don't worry. Within a week, I'll get you all the beasts you need." Feng immediately enters his beast realm. He decides to venture deeper, knowing that the beasts in the depths are much higher ranked and stronger than the ones near the entrance. As he delves deeper, the system sends him a warning that the monster level in this current zone is extremely high. "It doesn't matter," Feng says. "I'm powerful enough now that I have Chuyin." At that moment, Chuyin starts making a loud, annoying noise. Feng is confused, asking, "What's wrong now?" Chuyin begins sprinting erratically in every direction. Feng begs him to calm down, but Chuyin keeps running without stopping. Suddenly, Feng feels a tremor and senses movement behind him. He turns around to see a giant bull laughing at him. The bull charges enthusiastically toward him. They collide with a massive impact. Feng acts immediately, extending his hand toward the bull to use his taming ability. A golden aura envelopes the bull, and its massive size shrinks drastically. "Perfect," Feng says. "Now the bull looks quite cute." The bull, however, is very upset about this situation. Feng tries to comfort it. "Let's go find another beast." The bull looks like it's about to cry because it has been separated from its herd. This time, Chuyin approaches the bull, deciding to comfort and calm it down. Feng continues his journey. Even though he spots various beasts, he is specifically searching for a fully grown one. He spots a wind rabbit and notes, "Excellent. This beast is fully grown and known for its incredible speed." He quietly creeps up to catch it, but unfortunately, the rabbit spots him. Undeterred, Feng lunges at it, but the rabbit uses its immense speed to dart away, leaving Feng grasping at thin air. Annoyed that a rabbit outsmarted him, Feng tries again, but the rabbit keeps sprinting away. Every time Feng leaps, the rabbit easily dodges. Finally reaching his limit, Feng stops in his tracks and activates a skill called Space Lock. As he does, the system notifies him, "You are currently utilizing maximum authority." The skill activates, and the rabbit is instantly petrified in place, completely unable to move. Our hero seizes the opportunity, uses his power to shrink the rabbit, and completes his mission. The system informs him, "You have reached your hunting limit for today." Feng exits the realm and places his new beasts on the display shelves. Suddenly, the shop door is violently kicked open. Ruo storms in, accompanied by 2 thugs. "The 3 days are up," Ruo shouts. "I'm here to destroy your shop, and I'm going to settle the score with you for ruining my alliance with the Xie family." Feng recalls the moment he was kicked out of the family, and all their cruelty toward him. He glares at Ruo and warns, "Get out of here before I break your legs." Ruo scoffs, "Where is all this newfound confidence coming from?" Instantly, one of Ruo's thugs summons a terrifying wolf. Feng doesn't hesitate. He summons Chuyin. The moment Chuyin appears, he leaps directly onto the wolf, grabbing it, twisting it around, and mounting it, pulling at its body with terrifying strength. The wolf howls in agonizing pain. Chuyin opens his jaws and continuously absorbs the wolf's energy until the beast completely vanishes. The wolf's owner collapses to the floor in shock, stammering, "Impossible, that monkey looks like a demon." The second thug is equally terrified, wondering how this bizarre monkey devoured an A-rank beast with such ease. Ruo loses his temper. "Fine, I'll end you myself." He summons a beast called the 100-legged dragon, which emits a horrifying screech as it materializes. Feng simply tells Chuyin, "Don't be afraid, attack again." Chuyin's eyes gleam. He instantly leaps onto the centipede monster, rips its head off, and literally eats it alive until his stomach is full. The shock hits Ruo like a thunderbolt. It's obvious now. Chuyen really is an S-rank beast. Rua's thugs immediately turn and flee for their lives. Feng slowly approaches Rua. Rua drops to the floor, weeping and begging Feng to forgive him, pleading for his life. Feng signals Chuyen to calm down and spare him, before literally kicking Rua out of the shop himself. Chuyen laughs, thoroughly enjoying the scene. Once outside, Rua sprints away with his thugs. Feng smiles to himself. Excellent! Now I understand the true power of a beast tamer. However, he knows his family won't stay quiet after this, and will definitely try to cause more trouble. His thoughts are interrupted when Jiang arrives. By the way, you were amazing just now, she says. Feng humbly replies, that was nothing, and welcomes her inside. Jiang asks, how would you like to join my team and represent my family in the Beast Tamer competition? She explains that this is the most important competition in the world, and the winner receives an unimaginable amount of resources. She pleads with him to join, desperately needing to win the tournament no matter what. After a moment of thought, Feng agrees. All right, I'm on your team. Time skips forward, and we transition to the tournament arena. The stadium is packed with massive crowds cheering enthusiastically. Jiang leads Feng to their team's private waiting room. She explains, the team is supposed to have 4 members. Feng nods. Okay, but right now there are only 2 of us. At that moment, a new member steps out. It's Su, Jiang's friend. She welcomes Feng, saying, let's go in this competition. Feng greets her, assuring them the championship is theirs. He notes, but we are still missing one person. Su replies, don't worry, the missing member is Fan. He always loves to arrive late. We cut to Fan, who is laughing to himself. I'm purposely arriving late so Jiang realizes how important I am. He imagines that the moment he walks in, Jiang will run up to him, overjoyed by his arrival. He reaches the room, opens the door, and steps inside, only to be shocked. Jiang hasn't even noticed his absence, and is happily chatting with Feng. Fan is furious. I won't let some random guy be on this team. He thinks to himself. He immediately confronts Feng. Listen closely. I'm going to test you right now, because I don't trust you. Feng is confused, asking what he means. Fan summons his beast, a massive, imposing bear. Feng summons Chuyen and whispers, try to go easy on him. Chuyen obeys, dashing directly toward the bear. With a single, light touch, the massive bear collapses to its knees, paralyzed with absolute terror. Fan is dumbfounded, wondering how this could happen. He dismisses his bear, and asks Feng if Chuyen is S-rank. Feng lies, confirming it is S-rank, hiding the fact that it is actually SSS rank so as not to completely demoralize them. Jiang approaches Fan, telling him, don't be upset about what just happened, but no matter what you did, you could never defeat Feng. This comment infuriates Fan even more, and he vows to get his revenge on Feng at the earliest opportunity. He turns to Jiang. Fine. Let me be your sparring partner right now. My beast is very strong, and will help you train. The sparring begins. The bear goes on the offensive, but Jiang's cat moves with blinding speed, striking the bear and sending it flying into the wall. Jiang is startled by the impact and apologizes to Fan. I'm so sorry. I only used 10% of my power. Fan is overwhelmingly shocked. He feels incredibly humiliated, believing the only way to regain his dignity is by defeating Su, the last remaining member. He initiates a battle with Su, commanding his bear to attack her snake immediately. The bear charges furiously, but the snake lunges at it, coiling around its body and literally squeezing the life out of it, causing the bear to cry in pain. Fan is entirely broken by despair. It looks like I'm the weakest member of this entire team. Jiang tries to comfort him. Calm down. If you ask Feng for help, he can assist you and make you just as strong as the rest of us. Fan sighs. All right. I just need some peace and quiet to rest and think right now. Meanwhile, Jun Zhang's brother is watching Feng through a window, looking furious. A guard asks Jun for his orders. Jun replies, I want to know absolutely everything about this guy Feng. The guard acknowledges the order and leaves. As he departs, Shin thinks to himself, I need to find out who this Feng is, daring to help my sister and stand in my way. He resolves never to let Feng off the hook. Time passes, and Feng leaves the arena, announcing, That's enough training for today. The girls wave goodbye, agreeing to continue tomorrow. Feng heads home, walking down the street, feeling happy and whistling a tune. Suddenly, as he turns down an alley, he is confronted by a group of guards. Shin steps forward, introducing himself. Feng calmly asks, What do you want from me? Shin points a finger directly at Feng's chest. I want you to leave Zhang's team immediately. I will give you 3 million coins. One of the guards even opens a briefcase full of cash to tempt him. Feng refuses without a second thought. Shin gets angry, threatening, Then I will destroy you. Instantly, all the guards unleash their auras to intimidate him. Feng just smiles at them. Do whatever you want. I have no problem with that. The guards summon their beasts and charge at him to attack. Feng simply extends his hand and activates a skill. A magical circle draws itself in front of him, unleashing a devastating blast that knocks out every single beast and guard instantly. Shin is even more enraged, warning Feng, You need to know that what just happened won't be forgiven easily. Our hero completely ignores him, continuing on his way. He decides to head to his shop, noting, I just need 3 more beasts to fulfill Chang's order. He opens the portal to his beast realm and steps inside. He checks his map and heads toward a river. I saw a dragon here yesterday, but it's not here right now, he murmurs. He begins tracking its footprints to find its location. As he follows the trail, a massive earthquake shakes the area. The dragon emerges, looking absolutely terrifying. Feng looks up at it, laughs, and says, Perfect. It finally showed itself. As usual, he extends his hand, unleashing his power to capture it. But the dragon tries to escape, burrowing into the ground to hide. Strange, Feng says. I didn't expect it to do that. He begins searching for it again. When he finds it, the dragon erupts from the ground once more, looking incredibly stubborn. Chuyen leaps toward it. Feng is annoyed by the dragon's behavior, stating, It's obvious I need to show it right now who the master of this realm is. He successfully traps the dragon in a bubble. The system congratulates him on capturing the dragon. The dragon shrinks massively in size, and Feng places it in a cage. He continues his search until he spots another beast. Excellent! Come here, you two! This time, the beast is a fire pig. Boiling with rage, the pig charges at Feng, spewing fire that incinerates everything in its path. Feng is genuinely surprised by the pig's power. I didn't expect it to be this terrifying. He immediately turns and runs, with Chuyen right beside him as the pig chases them down. Feng looks terrified, screaming as he runs. But the pig relentlessly pursues them. Suddenly, Feng spots the perfect opening. He spins around, slamming his palm directly onto the pig's head, forcing it into submission using his taming skill. By doing this, he successfully captures the pig. The system congratulates him on catching a new beast. He exits the realm with his 2 new catches. Perfect. Tomorrow, I'll catch just 1 more beast, and I'll be done with Chang's order. Meanwhile, the story shifts to Shui, who is standing with Chang. She hands him a file containing all the data on the beasts she has prepared. Chang glances at her and says, I'm sorry, but I found beasts much better than the ones you are offering. Shui is bewildered. How is that possible? There must be a mistake. There are no beasts in the entire city stronger than our families. Rua, who is with her as usual, agrees. Exactly. Our beasts are the absolute best among all A-rank beasts. Chang replies, It's over. Your A-rank beasts are dying too easily in the war. Because of that, we will no longer use them. We are purchasing S-rank beasts instead. Shui is furious. You'll come crawling back to us, Chang. No one can provide you with S-rank beasts like you think. She storms out with Ruo. Chong ponders to himself, wondering how many beasts Feng has managed to acquire so far, as all his bets are now placed solely on him. Outside, Ruo complains angrily, calling Chong ungrateful. Shuo laughs darkly. Don't worry. Very soon, I'll make him regret this. She drives to an exclusive military compound and approaches Commander Chen. Unfortunately, I have terrible news, she says. Chen tells her to speak. She begins to fake cry. Mr. Chong refused to buy our A-rank beasts, despite the severe shortage of beasts on the front lines. She manipulates him, claiming Chong is purposely making things harder for the country and putting the nation in imminent danger. Chen believes her completely. He grows furious, stating, if we don't get strong beasts very soon, the entire battlefield will be in grave danger. He immediately gets into his car, determined to bring Chong back to his senses. He arrives at Chang's office in seconds, storming it angrily. You must be crazy! How can you not see the massive shortage of beasts on our front lines? Chong replies calmly. I am well aware of that. Chen is baffled. Then why do you refuse to buy new beasts? You are gambling with the lives of our soldiers, Chong calmly explains. I am currently finalizing a very crucial deal. We will be receiving S-rank beasts, Chen scoffs. You are definitely crazy. We haven't seen an S-rank beast appear in decades. How could that possibly happen? At that moment, Bing interrupts them, bursting into Chang's office, overflowing with joy. Feng just called us. He said the order is ready. Chong jumps up happily. Excellent. Let's go pick up the new beasts right now. Chen remains unconvinced, muttering that Feng must be a scammer, but decides to tag along just to expose the fraud. At the same time, Feng is pulling out the beast crates, placing them on his desk. Finally, I finished extracting the beasts. He guesses the system will grant him massive rewards for selling them, on top of the huge amount of money he'll receive from Chong. A fleet of vehicles pulls up in front of Feng's shop. Bing, Chong, and Chen walk in together. Feng welcomes them and extends his hand to greet Chen. But Chen sneers. I don't shake hands with liars. Bing quickly intervenes. Please stay calm. Chen is just in a bad mood these days. Let it slide. Feng brushes it off. Meanwhile, Chong stares at the beasts, absolutely mesmerized. These are exactly the beasts I wanted. Feng tells him, you can choose 5 of them. Bing looks at the beasts in pure disbelief, slowly whispering their legendary names one by one. Chong offers to buy all 6 beasts right there. But Feng declines. No, I need to keep the 6th one to sell later. He tells Chong he can pre-order the exact number he needs, and Feng will provide them. Chong pulls out his card, thrilled. Perfect. I will buy them from you right now at 10 times the price. But Chen aggressively intervenes, stopping him. You can't take any beast without verifying it first. Chong gets annoyed. Please, just show some respect to Mr. Feng. Chen glares at Feng for a moment, then scoffs. No. I don't trust this kid. I feel like his beasts aren't strong at all, and he's hiding some secret. Feng feels a bit discouraged by the disrespect. Noticing this, Bing panics, terrified that Feng might refuse to do business with them. She steps in, asserting, I am an expert in beast appraisal. I guarantee you that every beast in front of you is S-rank. Chen sneers. Why should I believe you? You're all acting ridiculously. He points at one of the beasts. If it were just one S-rank beast, I might have believed it. But you're claiming all 6 are S-rank? That is utterly impossible. Bing argues back. What you're saying is logical, but the truth is, all 6 are S-rank. Chen completely loses his temper. He grabs Bing by the neck, throws her to the ground, and laughs menacingly. I am going to expose this kid's fraud right now. Feng rushes over to help Bing up. She apologizes. I'm sorry, I just can't convince Chen. Feng calmly replies, it's not a problem. Chen can verify it himself if he wants. Chen pulls out a scanning device. Perfect. I'm going to make you cry right now. He places the scanner next to the bull. It shows no reaction at first. Chin mocks Chang. It's obvious these are all just ordinary pets. The truth is coming out now. He picks up the device, but at that exact second, it activates, blaring. S-rank detected, and displays the bull's true form. Chin is stunned, unable to believe his eyes. How can this beast actually be S-rank? Bing tells him, since you verified it, you need to apologize to Feng immediately. But Chin stubbornly refuses. That's just one beast. There are still 5 more to test. He scans the dragon, and is shocked again as the device confirms it is a genuine S-rank beast. He repeats the process with the rabbit and then the pig. Completely overwhelmed by panic, Chin drops the scanner, muttering, No, impossible. None of this can be happening. Chang steps in. I think that's enough chaos for today. Please apologize to Feng now. Bing chimes in. You must realize that Feng is the future of this country. Everyone must always treat him with respect. Chin boils with rage. Driven by his immense arrogance, he stubbornly insists he is right. Fine. I'll prove to you all right now that this device is faulty, and I will test the beast's strength myself. He violently smashes the bull's cage, summons his own leopard, and declares he will force a battle between his leopard and the bull just to prove these beasts are nothing but trash.